I wonder how this game plays solo. I'm sure it's doable. I'm not wondering about that. I'm wondering about the, the experience point system and the like. I mean, we're level 6. Let's say I would have given the boot to every guy that's with us. Would we still be level 6? Because the experience does get divided to 6 characters. Or would I have 6 times the experience and have some kind of ridiculous level to be far superior skill-wise? Especially anyone that who uses casting abilities would probably benefit greatly from that. And you do get even armor class by simply being a higher level. So even just a warrior would get better and better and better quite a bit by leveling up. We are faintly good, overwhelmingly good, and faintly good. Ally champion. I think we're about maybe lawful neutral. We don't tend to steal from people if we notice that we are doing that. But at the same time, we prioritize our mission over petty concerns. But mostly we respect certain kind of principles like ownership. But at the same time, I'm doing mostly good things, but I'm not willing to light myself on fire toward others. I'm willing to help others if it doesn't put an unreasonable burden on myself. I'm not willing to throw away thousands of copper pieces of like wealth just because it might cause someone to be in a slightly better position. I want to be paid for my services, that sort of thing. Ooh, this guy. In front of you looms the ghostly, hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my boy.
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. I came to live there years ago.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
Hmm. Your teachings spoke to me.
The gods are just, and they care for their faithful. I think that speaks to many people. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. Hmm.
Let's see what lies this way.
Did I happen to make some promises to the Queen in some past life? The Queen who never forgets and always makes sure you keep your promises. So even in future reincarnated lives, she's gonna hold you to them. What? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw something totally different from that. It's half mag. I mixed the F and M, so ham fag. Right, sounds a bit different. Uh, Maybe I should talk to them. So we can probably open this or come from the other side.
And the fire shows me something new.
Difficult traps. Difficulty 8. Noxious burst trap. Malignant cloud trap. What is that? That's a wall of skulls. You think you hear the faint sound of whispering coming from the skulls, but the words are unintelligible. Leery pipe of thinking. Lore giving of perception +1. Uh, okay. Lore +2, perception +1. Fine. Uh, intellect +2, lore +2. So we're not going to benefit really from this. Dusky perception. Anyone missing a hat? Right. It's not that large of a map. The mercenary eyes you warily as you approach, his weapon ready. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of that masked lot. Relax. How would I know to be here if I didn't belong? He thinks carefully, then nods. All right then. Go on in and report to the acolyte, and she'll give you your assignment. They should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. I don't want to ask questions about him, because that would just probably make him more suspicious that I don't really know what I'm doing. So, very well. More mercenaries. Lots more mercenaries. Still, there's not room for all that many rooms in a place like this. So unless we fuck up royally, we will probably do fine. And I'm not here to necessarily pick a fight, I just want to find out what the hell's going on. Primal Rock. Okay, this probably goes somewhere here. Probably. Food. Yeah, familiar looking icon, isn't it? This could lead to trouble. Initiate.
Laying low.
A book lies on the table, its pages filled with some type of unintelligible cryptography. Taking these is not stealing for some reason. Queen that was and still is.
A simple test.
Don't mind me.
That's settled.
It's taking the loot. I think we just basically avoided fighting these by talking our way past the front guard. We can probably escape through there so we don't have to fight them either. Not sure if that's a good thing or bad thing, experience points wise.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Doesn't really matter, but Aloth falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering.
Back, ye Claude! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted!
Do you need a moment?
He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing, I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best place to linger anyhow.
I'll see what I can find.
You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway. I'll have the hood and mask. Okay, down the hood and mask. You pull the hood and mask over your head. They're uncomfortable, but they seem to hide your face. Continue into the chamber alone. It's, I mean, only one of us has it, so it's risky, but I think it's the only reasonable way we could go in there and not cause a huge fuss. But it's, I don't have protections, not really protection spells easily available, so I'm dead if it goes to a fight. You open the door and stride into the chamber. Several shrouded figures are lined up across a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. Hmm. The woman turns toward you. You are late, attendant. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage in her dangerously low voice, and in the sudden silence of the others in the chamber.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now, state your name and purpose.
The woman beckons you closer with curling fingers. She rests her open hand on your forehead, and you feel the heat from her palm through the thick material of your hood. Her voice is so low and soft that you are not certain whether she is speaking aloud or in your head. Yeah, this is not gonna really go my way. Mutter indistinctly. Well, she snatches her hand back. A piercing scream sounds from under her hood. Imposter! Yeah, what a huge shock there. Shrouded man. I'm seeing at least one caster. Maybe two ranged attackers. Be another caster. That's priest, that's fighters. Right. Right. Okay. Sure, what we should do. Human is already trying to do something. I'm not quite sure what. But it matters too much. We're just gonna pile as much damage as we can there. Without giving two shits about what they're trying to do. Damage reduction. Right. Do it. Mm. So 2 casters. I think I want to do area of effects simply because I do want to try to disrupt them. And the other mage has a fairly strong fire capability anyway. Right. Seriously, shit. Exactly am I casting? Exactly are you casting?
Lava beyond.
You're doing fairly well. You wouldn't have to do all that much extra damage to get rid of the shrouded woman, though.
Seek.
Yeah, I think I need to try to at least cast something there. Getting flanked badly. What are you doing? You. Not doing shit. Why? Confused! Well, that explains some of it. I could use extra firepower here. Stuns and shoves enemies. Actually, that sounds quite nice. Stun and shove enemies. Okay, there's only one mage left. Need to make just a little bit of a distance to the fighter. Right. Need to focus on that one. Need to focus on that one.
What?
Right.
I'm
That's it!
Crumpled at your feet lies the body of a woman. She wears a dark robe and bears an insignia resembling a key. As you approach the woman's body, feeling of rage assaults you. A dead woman's voice howls in your ears, and her lingering consciousness rends at yours. Her essence tingles through your bones and membranes, fills the spaces between your ears and behind your eyes, clawing deeper into your core. You see a gathering of men and women wearing robes like hers, their faces hidden behind masks. One by one they approach her, whom they know as an acolyte, and she places her hand on each of their foreheads, searching their thoughts. She tests them with ritualistic questions, and they answer that their oath is sealed by the leaden key. She asks them of their tasks. She gives them new ones, all without a word. Try to see the tasks. Her essence flares, fighting to boil your blood, burn your memory, and splinter your bone from within. Yet between its strikes you see flashes of something else. A tower, a prisoner, and a ruin. You funnel all of your concentration into a single effort of will, a sharp point that pins the raging soul in place like an insect in a display case. With the thing under control, you are able to examine it and the three thoughts swirling inside. Okay. Tower. You see a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are coupled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Somewhere nearby you see a woman with a scar over her heart. You understand that she has something he needs. You also see a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper. But then the acolyte reveals the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. You know how to open the door. Inquire about the prisoner. In your mind, you see a building, magnificent with trellises and tiles and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. Yet it also houses misery and madness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. So the cemetery tower in Sanitarium and the ruins. The acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay and to a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads Durford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruin suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. What happened? Taxes collected, lost 61 coppers to bandits, earned 378. Nothing to report, nothing to report, nothing to report. That seems to be the gist of things. Nothing ever happens. And the
Hey.
adventure didn't really happen either.
Eyes open.
Fine greatsword, warhammers, fine brigandines. Equipment-wise, they were no worse than me. Lead key. A lead key covered in a dark blue hued patina. Fine robes. Lengarth displays image. Bonuses to the caster. Combusting wounds. 5 burn damage over time when hit for 27 seconds. Causes enemy wounds in the area of effect to ignite, inflicting additional burn damage over time each time they are wounded. So extra 5 burn damage every time they take a hit. Right. Yeah, that's not actually too bad. Depends on damage resistance, but it's always 20%, so it's at least always 1 extra point of burning damage, no matter how much resistant they are to it.
All right then.
Whether by design or by consequence of the sputtering candlelight, the hooded statue's face is almost impossible to see. I don't see any reason to go back through the way we came. It'll just probably cause more fighting. Also more looting, I suppose. Only usable by ranger. Plus 25 defense against charmed, confusion. Plus 10 defense against dominated. Plus 10 concentration. Devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away, among the runnels of wax. Uh, so there's no easy way out of here. We do have to go back and murder everyone. Well, whatever. I can't imagine them being more dangerous than the lot here, so who cares? I'm most curious about the prisoner, about the 3 options we get. Not sure how we're supposed to get there though. Oops. Ooh, that's a cleric.
What?
Let's disrupt them a little bit. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Just shoot at something. Right.
That's it! Spot on!
I'm ready.
Yeah, not sure if
Hey.
there's any point in trying to sneak around here.
All right then. Keeping an eye out.
Well, we might be able to
Something over
initiate the fight.
there.
Scroll of protection. Fine stiletto, fine rod. Sounds fine to me. Mercs.
Pray
Right, that's the troublesome one. That's another troublesome one.
thou Lord.
Okay, you need to handle him. Sure what you should be handling. What is this? Pierce damage, -5 defenses, accuracy. No. +5 accuracy, +10% damage. That sounds about right. With massive area of effect too. Right. Need to disrupt the goddamn caster. Not sure what's happening there. Don't particularly care either. Where? Right, that's not too big of a problem.
Spot on!
Novices Grimoires. Don't particularly see anything new here. Right. Wonder how expensive those are. If there's no new spells, we might as well sell
All right
them.
then.
Was some kind of a guy here, like you.
Pray
Oops.
thou Lord. What?
Novice's Grimoire, another one. Yeah, they're identical.
Of course.
Was some kind of initiate here.
Brave
Right. Just knock the fucker on his ass and it'll be over.
does not believe.
Right. I haven't been paying too much attention, but it does seem like we're not even getting experience out of every kill. That's certainly a possibility. It would be a way to control experience, so you can just farm some kind of shitty opponents.
Sharp eyes and
At one
keen
point,
ears.
they're just too weak to give experience directly anymore. Okay. Ooh, he's getting his axe kicked.
Stand. Brave does not believe.
All right then.
Alright then. Right. 3 more clues and nothing much else. A significant amount of extra funds if we just sell the crap we gain.
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself. About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
So, tell me now. He clasped his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolved the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get his gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
He grimaces, running his hand through his hair. I have none of her memories. Verath spared me that much. But her coarse manners and intolerable hill-speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. She seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she got at those villagers in Gilded Vale. She doesn't think and she doesn't back down. And trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. So why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned. mistrusted. And after your experience with Meowald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although,
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Hmm. Let's talk about something else. Tell me more about Isilmir. Uh, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Isilmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specific, only that he was more careful with me after that. You said that you'd learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Isilmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Mirwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Uh, is there a possibility to talk directly to Isilmir? He gives you a taut frown. Her usurp, usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Fair enough. It, indeed, it's important that I understand the situation. I was
Hey,
very aware that he might react badly to it, but I still think it's worth discussing. I need to know what
of
the
course.
deal is, not have to do some kind of guesswork. Right, so that went fairly smoothly. No major problems. Additional resources. Uh, Bruh. I think we'll continue our journey here. The sanitarium is our first target. We have multiple quests that require us to go there. Cool. Now that we're here, I want to talk to the Orlan guy here. I can't recall his name. Starts with E. The wanted guy. I want to see if I can, now that I've visited the Knights, can I do something about the situation? Maybe new discussion topics. Anything else? Talk about your past. Take prisoner. I won't let the Knights take you, but I can't just let you go free. Ah, so we could keep him prisoner. Duke's justice would probably be death. Hmm, I don't know. I think we should basically do something. I'm not giving him money. He is a killer, and he should be held responsible, but yeah, he's probably going to just get murdered by the Knights. Hmm, I'll take him prisoner. I won't let the Knights take you. I can't just let you go free. Aaron lowers his head. I had hoped to be out of the city by now. I guess I can't outrun what I've done. At least you are leaving me with my life. 1,000 experience points. Right. I don't want to mistreat him or anything either. Rewards 15% experience. Blind Monk's Venom. Okay, I'm saving this time. I don't want any mistakes. How would I release him? At least I'm not releasing him now. Okay, a series of murders has shocked and terrorized the scribes of White Rock Isle. Sequestered in their island monastery in the wood of Andra, they have had little success reaching out to the mainland for help. Though renowned for their integrity and artistic talents, the scribes may be unknowingly harboring someone who is attempting to sabotage their work on forbidden books. Okay, duration 2 turns. Very minor, a minor item, Blind Monk's Venom. A sign? A sign. Maybe I pressed the recall button or something like that and it basically cancelled that. But yeah, remaining 2 turns, I've accepted it. Now I'll just go away, leave it at that. I don't think I've lost anything particularly important. By missing one quest or fucking it up. I just want to understand how it works, so when if something even mildly interesting comes our way, I want to see what we can do about that. I would also like to get more people in the party. I don't think this is a good setup.
Aloth. Never before have I met an Adiran man so hesitant to speak his mind.
I'm not hesitant. I just, like to consider my words carefully.
You should really hear yourself talk, amigo.
Just looking at the selection of NPCs thrown our way, I wouldn't say this is a bad setup necessarily, but it's missing a rogue. It has all the other basics covered, not necessarily the interesting classes, which I find odd, but here's the but. I would have expected a rogue, or maybe a cipher, or something. If you have those more interesting classes that you don't see in every game, why not just include those? I would have expected some type of rogue, some kind of a pirate or a bandit. We could easily, yeah, it's one of those things. I probably should have considered playing in a way initially that just tries to take use of everything, every option. Maybe there. Well, it's not like we don't have quests. We have a huge amount of quests, and these are the paths for the primary quest line. Some kind of secondary quests and tasks. So we could have easily have something right at our reach, but I just are not aware of it. Same with the map. Yeah, we've unlocked Jerford Village. Can probably go there. That seems like an important place. Stormwall Gorge. Searing Falls, yeah. Definitely sites we need to visit. So who knows? So Well, it's not like we're in a bad position even if we don't have any extra guys. Sanitary. I'll hold my ass there and leave it at that. Also should look into enchanting. When we're level 6, extra enchanting options become available at level 8, so that's a long time away. We have most of the basics covered anyway. Nope. Proofing or quality increasing. We can't increase the quality. More of what we would really want to do. Dexterity would be accuracy. Resolve would be defenses. Something like that is the best we can expect. Actually, we could do... We're lacking gems. So diamonds for armor attributes. A single diamond would give us actually quite a decent boost. +2. Every little bit helps. Right, we could prove this. Damage resistance against something. Yeah, they're minor things, but at the same time they cost items we have no real use for, and 100 coppers. So they're pretty much, why wouldn't you put something in there? Anything. Weakness with this is corrode. So we could either patch that weakness or increase damage resistance against something specific. Some kind of weapon type would probably make the most sense. Slashing or piercing. Right. Corrode will use the fortitude. So we have a fairly high fortitude. I'm not too worried about that. Actually, it could always be higher. Might and constitution. Resolve. Right, I don't want to stare at those. We could make a choice, but at the same time it's going to take some time if you just have to pick something. House Domino. Right, that's gonna be trouble if we go there. Might be a reason to go there though. Maybe we should visit these manors. But it seems like we would be basically trying to pick a fight with a criminal organization for what? Our current group and our current motivations give us no reason to try to really do that. Who are you?
Welcome.
Right. This is part of some quest. I'll have to at some point just to start systematically going through those quests, otherwise I'm gonna miss something anyway. But I'll end things here. We need to find some kind of crazy person here who has come here voluntarily. Either he's just some guy related to the plot, or I'm also assuming some of these will be NPCs that will join. So the sooner we get them to join, the better. I'm not entirely pleased with our party. It's okay. I think we have every base covered at this point. I'm not sure about the enchanter. Not enchanter, but chanter. It's not like he's terrible. He's sort of. I just don't know if I actually want him. It would have to be some kind of a warrior, and we would pay for it by losing the ability to cast some useful abilities, and he is providing some kind of a buff constantly. March of the Camorra. Can I actually see what it does? No. What is that? At the side of their comrades. No idea what it does. I probably should be able to see what they do. Right. Fortitude and will. Move speed and reflex. Frightened. Defense against frightened and frightened duration. It's fine. Right. I still don't really grasp the chanting system, but it seems to work. I guess the chanting system is more about if you want to construct some kind of a effect staggering. Like the initial song seems to be constantly in effect. So yeah. Well, this is I think terrifying opponents. This is boosting our own saving throws. Right, so and they have lingering effects. So this is how long I suppose you have to keep using it before you can switch, but this entire thing is how long it'll be active, so they overlap. This is more about just a boosting thing for us. Friendly aura, move speed, reflexes, fortitude, and wills. So we're focusing on buffing our saving throws. Alternative selection: defend against frightened and terrified, cause frightened. And we can customize our song depending on the encounter. So this is a sort of a, I think, a decent chant when you have nothing really going for you. You don't want to achieve something specific, so why not boost your own guys? Something if you want to disrupt the enemy a little bit. I'm not sure what even Frightened does. Resolve and dexterity are reduced by 2, accuracy reduced by 10. This would also keep us alive quite a little bit better. It might be better if the enemy has a lot of physical fighters. It would disrupt them a little bit. Maybe with additional songs you could do something more complicated. I just don't really see Is it all that worthwhile at this point?
Hey,